Tribe. Happy Universal Unconditional Love Day to all. I hope you all are feeling this energy of just unconditional love for self as well as giving that love to others. You see your girl, she done cut her hair. That was a love gift to myself, self-care. I tend to take care of a lot of people through the beauty world. But I just wanted to tap in with y'all. It's been a minute. I know everybody probably with their significant others, they better halves, or whatever you call it. Me, I'm solo dolo. I am fulfilling myself and doing things that just genuinely, you know, makes me uniquely me. I'm at one of my favorite places to be, the Art Center, Cleveland, Ohio. It's called the Pivot Art Center. If y'all don't know, come in and tap in if you familiar with the Cleveland area, or if you're not from here and you just want to, partake and do something different. They always have some different activities going on in each of their studios. Right now, I'm kind of doing like a family portrait and creating some stuff. Just, being uniquely and creative me. I did want to come on and share some divine messages. I did make sure that this one was able to reach not just my adult audience and young adults, but children as well. You know, this day has really been just like any other man-made holiday, but it still comes with purpose and intention from the creator, right? So this is actually a portal right now, and it was actually being stamped and marked by this day and frequency of unconditional love. So, you might hear people who are into that, like the twin flames, and people who are married, which me personally, I don't necessarily believe marriage has to be a contract. It's something sacred, right? Between you and another energetic frequency. I mean, I even believe sometimes you can be in love with somebody and they can be in a completely different relationship and time frame and dimension and frequency than you. Like that's the deep depth of the creator, the divine. Like, it's never meant to be boxed in. It's something that is so wildly outside of our own pea brains, our own mindsets, and things that we just tend to, stick with, that we create to be normal. But it has been a beautiful, beautiful journey learning to love myself and embrace myself as well as others. Um, and of course, sometimes it does get lonely, but you genuinely, truly never alone, right? And even with the ups and downs that we may experience, like me, um, it's been a interesting week. You know what I'm saying? Just more lessons to be, embraced, more challenges to be embraced. But the most important thing is to always know, like, whether if it's good, bad, or indifferent, it's all love. People come and go. And it's just always like, you gotta always remember that it's not abandonment. It's not that you did anything wrong. Some people can only dissect you from their own understanding of how much they can dissect themselves. And that's where it comes from me. Like, sometimes I know that I'm a trigger for some people who may have come in contact with me and who I may have genuinely been around, or even people here on the social media world and internet platforms. But it's always with good intentions. We all are mirrors, you know, to each other. And instead of looking at it as a negative thing, why don't you look and see, like, how has this beautiful being shown you a mirror to reflect upon yourself? I didn't get to be here by just doing nothing. I've done a lot of internal work on myself, and I'm still am, I feel like that's what's going to keep me uniquely me and draw in the frequency and energy that is like mine. And I'm okay with that. I used to be in a rush, and I used to be the one to want to seek outside validation and things like that of that nature from others, but it was always internally here. So I'm grateful to be able to just experience this unconditional love for myself, even outside of me experiencing a lot of grief and pain. It just really shows me that, some situations had to happen and occur for me to be able to embrace who I've become and who I am now. A lot of y'all divine beings, divine tribe, y'all are going through a massive initiation of the soul. You're stepping out of that old paradigm of being who you once used to be. You don't react to people, places, and things like how you once did, and the Most High God is recognizing that. The Divine Creator is recognizing that. So keep it up, you know. And may this day be set with the utmost intentions of unconditional love for self, as well as much as you give it to somebody else and make them happy. There's nothing wrong with that, but your happiness is always first and foremost, and the main key ingredient to your happiness. So yeah, y'all can stay in and tap in with me while I continue to create my family portrait. I think mine is kind of like on a universal conscious level where I'm creating the family dynamics that I genuinely want in my life. Like a lot of us, we may not have come from that type of family dynamics where, we feel is we fit into. A lot of us can be considered the black sheeps, the family, the outsider, the weird ones, whatever you want to put it. But a lot of things that we have been taught to be something is completely opposite, So if you feel like you are that one where you're outside of the family dynamics and norms, that's okay. I'm right here with you, but guess what? The beautiful thing of it is you get to create what those dynamics look like now for you. So that comes with a lot of tearing down a lot of that old mindset and thought process and just ways that just truly never really resonated with your soul, right? So encouraging you to think outside the box, especially when it comes to being the new. What they say in the word in the Bible, you can't refill those old wine. How does it go? Something about old wines. Can't refill the wine with old wineskins or something like that. Meaning you can't continue to keep thinking that something is going to change if you don't make the necessary change, right? So, yeah, and I know a lot of people, they might not want to hear this, especially those ones that follow me for whatever purposes that they choose to follow me for. But this is a place where we speak truth, and self-validation over outside validation. Legacy over outside approval. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like, a lot of us were conditioned, even as a child, to regulate other people's emotions and things of that nature. But you have to ultimately do that for self. So I hope that these divine guided messages resonate with y'all. And I hope that y'all are enjoying this self-love day and just embracing whatever it is to you that this holiday can initially mean. Like I said, some people are alone, some people are with others, but I hope it's authentic and I hope it's true and purely you, uniquely you. Some people are just so used to doing things that it's kind of challenging for them to step out the box and even resonate with something different. I completely understand and get that. But it's just time, y'all. In order for you to, embrace your wholeness of uniquely you, you gotta challenge some of the things that you think or you've been taught to think and believe in. And that's even the most microism things to the most macroism things, you know? So, anything else, Spirit? Let's see. I like this. So I have no idea, but when I create, it just comes from a heart space. And then it turns out pretty good. It actually really does turns out very good. And I be proud of myself. Like, look what I did. Look what I created. like a kid, right? Getting back in touch with that inner child and embracing, like, there's so many uniquely gifts and talents that we have inside of us that we have yet to tap into. So through my own free will and through the divine mercy and grace, I hope that you do tap into that real, true inner you. All right, y'all, I think I'm gonna tap off now and continue to embrace this beautiful day. Enjoy Unconditional Love Day from me to you. So be it, y'all. Peace.